So folks, I made the last video yesterday, I think, and didn't get around to posting it. But it will be up before this one. And this video is about the affirmations you get from Spirit when you're on the right track, because I had talked in the last video about meeting my shaman, the work I'm going to be doing with him, and the awareness that he's instilled in me to date about, unknowingly to him, he's not even, he's facilitating healing, but he's not aware of all the complexities in terms of my perspective, and I may share that with him, but it's just incredible how awareness, understanding is opening up. My acceptance has just dropped to a whole new depth of I don't even know what the words are anymore. This isn't something I have to question anymore. It just is. So I've moved from, since I started making these videos, from, okay, I've been in love with this guy for almost 20 years. I can't shake it. I've done everything. We're not together. What's wrong with me? I've been told this is my twin flame, trying to figure it out mentally, trying to, really, really find answers within myself around this, trying to make sense of it within the whole twin flame concept, trying to establish, really trying to not just accept what others say about the twin flames, but really living it, really having my life develop in a way where what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, what people are saying aren't just words that I have to believe, like scriptures, like the Bible, like Jesus did this, and I have to believe it. But it's the difference between, someone telling you, well, God talks to those who listen, and then you waking up in the middle of the night with God talking to you, and that there's nothing else. There's no other explanation. Like you essentially experience it. So to go from believing to experiencing, and that's what's happened to me. That's what this journey is about. And now I'm realizing why I am making these videos, because if you follow the progression of them, I've gone from being in a situation, being aware of a concept that explains the situation, trying to find out how my situation fits within this concept, within this paradigm, and still doubting it, because really, what is it apart from a whole bunch of strangers online talking about this twin flame kind of, I don't even know what you'd call it, twin flame paradigm, and having to take it on as my own without really understanding how does it work for me, especially when you have a twin flame who won't talk to you, and you don't have them sitting next to you going, hey sweetie, yeah, this sounds like us, and we're twin flames. You're really in the dark here. So where I've gone is from that questioning place to now at a time where it's beyond acceptance. It just is. And the further kind of affirmation I had, the further proof of this whole journey was another dream in which my twin came to me in the dream. And, this is after having some visions in my day-to-day, completely sober, after having some energy pathways cleared by my shaman, and having a connection and kind of coming to an understanding in my logical day-to-day mind of, okay, there's no sense in fighting this anymore. It is what it is. Just stop questioning, just accept, and realizing that while the shaman is picking up on energy that he feels needs to be healed in my kind of energy field, I know without a doubt that it's not my energy, that it's the energy of my twin, and that, in fact, by working with me, my shaman is actually also working through me and healing my twin. And, I am feeling this. My logical mind is completely at peace with this conclusion. It makes perfect sense given how my inner world is operating right now and the different parts of it that are moving around and flowing together, and it's just beyond the shadow of a doubt, and it's not really anything that I even feel the need to latch onto or to prove to myself or talk about with others. It's just it's like an unfolding happening on a really, like, on one hand, it just feels like this eternal part of yourself where that part of yourself is not restricted by time and space. It's simply in existence, and I share that space with another person. And the more I access that space, the more awareness he's gaining. And in my dream last night, there was a real fluidity in terms of our interactions. There was just us enjoying each other's company without all the drama of past episodes where in dreams his his current partner would appear. There would be a lot of push and pull. There would be these high emotions of him calling to me, needing comfort, or me questioning and wondering. And so really the dreams were kind of, I guess, portraying what's happening energetically, or was happening energetically between us. Whereas now the acceptance, I think, is mutual. And now it's simply a matter of sitting back and kind of enjoying the ride and waiting to see where this will take us. And where it took me last night was spending time with him in the 5D. And it was so enjoyable. It was just two really, really long time friends, basically, sitting in lawn chairs and just chatting with a big group of people around. That's not exactly what the dream was like, but that's kind of what the vibe was, not this, and us kind of looking at each other, and kind of having questions around, it was just so, it's the beginning of a very long process of union. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I never thought I would ever get to this point, but I am finally at the point. And like I said, anyone who's been watching my videos, you'll know that this is huge. The fact that I'm saying this, my union has started. And it's wild. And so, yeah, I want to talk about it a lot because I'm so excited. And like I said in my last video, I'm being told 3 years, and that could be 3 years before before I hear from him, before there's any contact, or 3 years. It's not even something that needs to happen in my life. It's something that is happening on another plane, and it's just as real. And I'm busy on this plane, studying, learning, becoming a healer, and really getting comfortable with bringing love into everything I do, and really learning about energies, and kind of using this lifetime that I've been given, that I'm co-creating, to really excel in the areas of my divine gifts, which I have chosen this vehicle, this person, this life to bring those gifts into this arena that we have here on Earth. And that's just like how fulfilling this process is, that it's taken me so long to get here. I finally got here. I started on this path 18 years ago, and I'm finally here. I finally am free. I'm free of any desires to. I actually finally had the thought. A part of my sadness at being alone has been not having kids, and that was really what was crushing me. And I would look at women who were single and older, but they had a kid, and I'd say, what are you so concerned about? Sure, you're single, but you actually fulfilled that aspect of having a child. So, do you need to really mourn being single? Whereas I guess I was seeing single or a relationship as the potential to take on that mothering role. And I finally have realized that I am perfectly content not to step into that role, and that I am, I'm still not completely canceling it out, but I'm realizing that if it doesn't happen to me, then it's exactly going to be perfect, and it's perfect. So yeah, totally blissed out, totally busy, totally creative, totally excited about the future, totally amazed at how I've been guided to start creating a career from the ground up that's going to give me the flexibility and freedom that I've craved all my life. I am really healthy. I have healthy people around me. Like, I couldn't ask for a better life. I couldn't ask for a better life. And like I said, from my original spiritual awakening in 98 to here we are in 2016. Wow, 18 years. 18 years. And then, I met my twin about 6 or 7 months after my spiritual awakening. So the fact that I've achieved such a space of coexistence with him on an energetic level is like truly astonishing to me and truly amazing. And all that remains to happen to kind of appease my scientific mind, my ego mind, and also too to really truly know that what I'm saying is absolutely true. Like, to know it, to see it, to experience it. That still is yet to come. But what's interesting is, despite that massive question mark, despite the fear of being ridiculed, of believing in something even though it hasn't yet happened, which has really been holding me back from being so kind of confident in all of this, is the fear of being wrong. I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to believe in something and then in the end have that be proven wrong. And whereas now, it's not that I believe. I know there's something. I know these years and years and years of emotion and intuition are real, that my situation is as real as it can be without the 3D aspect as a visual, physical confirmation. So that's the missing piece of the puzzle. And that's kind of what I guess this channel is going to be about, because I am happy to be an experiment. I am happy to be someone who, I have been living with this for so long. I was living with it before the whole, YouTube, before people even really use the internet. And now, taking into account all these different teachings that people are channeling, I'm waiting to see if any of it is true. And right now, I can definitely confirm a few things. I can confirm the 3D, the 3D relationship. I can, well, and again, I can't because it's hard, right? Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm willing to be an experiment. I'm willing to, I've laid it all bare. You guys know where I've been. You know how long this has been going on for. You know what I'm open to. You know how hard I am trying to be completely self-sufficient. I'm not desperately trying to seek out my divine counterpart and placing anyone in that role. I did that for years, and almost 2 decades later, it always falls back on the same person. That same person always reappears to me. And so there is some truth to this, is what I'm trying to say. And there is, I believe everyone has a twin soul. But some people's twin is nowhere nearby. Like they're off on the other side of the galaxy, out in some, 23rd dimension, not even close to being connected with their counterpart. Then you've got those of us who are, walking around on this planet, aren't yet even, able to acknowledge the connection. And then you've got others who, like Cassidy Kane, her twins on the other side. And then you've got those twins where they're together, and they may not even know that they're twins, but there's just that beautiful love that, humans have aspired to from the beginning of time, because I think it's just built into our DNA that there's this ultimate connection and how to recognize it. So I'm willing to believe that it's true. I'm willing to believe and to speak of my twin as my twin. I'm willing to stay on this path. I'm willing to not connect with a soulmate who eventually will drag me down, slow me down. I'm willing to live a completely spiritual path, and I'm willing to wait and see what happens. So that's what you're tuning into each time you click on one of my videos. So where's the mystic chick at now? What else has happened on her pathway to further enhance her faith in the twin flame? There's got to be, and I think I'm going to be asked to come up with some new kind of more complex language around this, because a lot of people have talked about it, how it's just been hijacked by so much mainstream pop culture, where, you meet someone and you think they're your twin flame, and then you meet someone else and they're your twin. Well, and to be honest, I kind of went through that, because sometimes you're just searching so much, or you have met the person and you just can't shake this feeling, and you're just trying to find anyone to mirror it back to you, and you can flip through a bunch. But there is truth to this, and I think, being a part is a huge gift, because you get to learn so much in that space. And that's what I'm really enjoying. I'm just enjoying myself so much. I finally, and this is another reason why I'm making this video, because I had another realization, which is I am finally the person that I want to be. And I'm finally that person who I thought I had to be with my twin in order to be that person, and I'm her all on my own. And oh my God, it feels so damn good. It just makes all your sadness, like it just feels so good. It's oh, I've got a call coming through. So anyway, that's enough for today. Peace and love. Talk to you later. Bye.